Flosstube, welcome back to Bumble Stitches. My name's Nicola and this is my Flosstube video number 6, which I was surprised when I checked. I thought it was number 5, but it's actually number 6, so here we are. It's Sunday the 20th of December, so not long until Christmas, and as you can see it's a beautifully sunny day. It's really super bright. I hope it's not going to cause too many problems with you seeing what I'm showing you today, but I'm going to take the good that is a lovely sunny morning in December and we'll just go with it. So I hope you're all keeping well and getting ready for the run up to Christmas. I have also been doing a series of Vlogmas videos every day on my channel, so if you've been joining in with that, then thank you. But if you're just popping back since my last Flosstube, then welcome back. And indeed, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. There's been quite a few more. And yes, I am approaching 5,000. So I'm very excited about that. And I will be giving more details in my next video, my next Flosstube video, about a 5,000 subscriber giveaway. So I do have a fully finished object for you today, which is just a small, and it's this little pillow that I made with the stitched piece from Stitching with the Housewives, which is their snow delivery pattern, which is super cute. It was such a fun stitch, really quite quick to stitch up. I'm not the quickest of stitchers anyway, so this was good for me to be able to achieve something in this very busy time of year. So I'm really thrilled with how it turned out, and I did intend to make it into some sort of ornament, but because my glue gun died on me, I had to rethink and decided to make a little pillow, which wasn't the original intention, but I'm glad that it kind of worked out that way. So I just added some rickrack around the edge, some scraps of Christmas fabric and some pom-poms. Just finished it on the back with some felt. I normally take the time to do some blanket stitch around the edges here, but I just felt like I was running out of time, so I probably will get round to that later on, but for now it looks cute. It just sits on the chest in the dining room next to the Christmas tree and looks quite cute with a little snowball pom-poms. So the pattern is here. I bought it as a PDF from the Housewives Etsy shop and just printed it out at home, and just used floss that I had in stash just to get the closest that I could, and I stitched it on a 14 count black Ada. So yeah, I'm really pleased to have an FFO going on. I don't know if you can see these rays of sun coming through. I hope they aren't going to be too distracting. Other than that, my stitching has been a little bit, I've not got as much done as I would normally do, and as I said, I'm not the fastest of stitchers. I stitch in a hoop or on a Q-snap, and I do the I think it's called the stab method. I don't stitch in hand, and I know that can be quicker. So yeah, I don't get as much done perhaps as I would like, but I'm forgiving myself because it is such a busy time of year. But I did manage to stitch on the new Brenda Gervais free chart that she put out, which was so generous of her, which was the Merry and Minty stitch along. Again, I'm nowhere near complete on this, but I'll show you my progress. Put it on here as we'll have no chance with the sun behind it. So here's where I am, and you can see I've got Santa and Rudolph and the tree done. I'm just working my way across the border there, and I'm using, it's all DMC that I'm using, with the exception of the red on Santa's coat here, and the poinsettia flowers, which is the called for, which from memory is Classic Colourworks Licorice Red. So I did have that one in my stash, so I decided to pop that one in just to get a little bit of colour variation from the overdyed floss. And the fabric that I'm using is an R&R linen, R&R Reproductions, and it's a 32 count, and I think the colour is called Sheep's Straw. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's a really nice relaxing stitch. I hadn't planned to stitch it. I've got loads of other Christmas things that I had started that I've accepted now are not going to get done for this year. And yeah, in true sort of squirrel style, I spotted this and decided that it was a good idea to just make a start on this one. But I'm enjoying it, so yeah, I'm really really pleased that Brenda Gervais made that available for us all. So that's one of my works in progress. I'm going to pop this one away. I really hope the sun isn't causing too much of a problem. It does seem ungrateful to moan about the sunshine, doesn't it, when we don't see that much of it this time of year. So moving on, I've done a very small bit of stitching on my All Creatures Great and Small, a very small bit. I just did a bit of work across the vine border at the top. I may have added a couple of little motifs since you saw it last, but really hardly anything. As I said, it's just been one of those couple of weeks where there's so much to do and been so many things to think about. But yes, I love this, and I can't wait till I've got a bit of a clearer head and a clearer schedule, and I can just really get on and get some good stitching done on this piece. Okay, I wanted to just mention that there is a new Flosstube that I watched a few days ago, which is from Christina of Whilst Iris Naps, and she put out her first Flosstube video a few days ago. I'll put a link to her channel in the description box below, but do go and check her out and welcome her to the Flosstube community, because she did a fabulous job of her first video, and I'm sure you'll all enjoy it. And you're probably familiar with Whilst Iris Naps for her beautiful reproduction charts that she does of samplers, and she shows some beautiful past finishes on that video. So well done, Christina, that was a great video, and I wish you all success with your new Flosstube channel. I'm looking forward now to new starts for 2021, and particularly a stitch along that I'm going to be doing along with the ladies from the Flosstube channel, which I'll link below, Rachel and Sue, and it's the Anniversaries of the Heart series. Now, I know lots of you are intending to do this. I know that I think Brenda and Laura of Brenda and the Serial Starter are making a start on this for 2021 as well. And lots of people have been in touch and said, yes, they're really interested in a stitch along, and what do you have to do and how does it work and that kind of thing. So it's really, really simple. We're going to make a start on this in January, and the more people that want to stitch along and join in, the better. It will be just good fun to see everybody's progress and cheer each other along, and just enjoy the Anniversaries of the Heart throughout next year. There will be a hashtag. I'll pop it along the bottom of the screen, and you can use that to share your progress on Instagram, and if you use Facebook. I don't actually use Facebook myself, but yeah, so that we can all see each other's progress and the fabric that we're using and the threads, and just cheer each other along. I think it will be really good fun. So obviously the first pattern is Snow Garden, and I have finally got my threads together for Snow Garden. I've got them all, I've popped them all on here. So I've got mostly, as you can see here, DMC, and there's a Gentle Arts and a Weeks as well. And I have put my faith into Olivia of Pumpkin Hollow Quilts. She has done a beautiful, stunning version of Anniversaries from the Heart this year, and she's so very close to finishing. So all go along onto Olivia's Instagram and onto her YouTube, onto her Flosstube, and just cheer her on, because she's so very nearly at the end of this epic project that she's done this year. And she did have on one of her videos, if I can find the one that it was way back, sort of middle of this year, if I can find the one that she mentions, the threads that she used in the description, then I'll link it below. But yes, I think she made quite a few changes. So I've pretty much copied what Olivia did because hers looks so stunning. The only thing I'm waiting on still is my fabric. And I understand in the great scheme of things, me waiting for a piece of linen is not essential. I would really like it to come, but yeah, it's not the end of the world if it doesn't. But as soon as my fabric arrives, then I will be making a start in the new year. So do all join myself and Rachel and Sue and anybody else that wants to get involved with Anniversaries of the Heart for next year, because I think it's going to be such fun to do that as a stitch along together. I've had some bits of haul come in, which I'll share with you now. And let me just move everything along so I don't get in a pickle. I mentioned earlier that I have kind of drawn a close on my Christmas stitching, apart from Merry and Minty, which I will carry on stitching on. I thought, yeah, these things aren't going to get finished, so I'm, not going to put the pressure on myself. But that didn't stop me going on to Peakside Needleworks website and ordering some Christmas charts that I had my eye on. And I thought, well, if I get them now, I know that I've got them and they'll be good to stitch through next year. Yeah, I just thought I didn't want to miss out really. So I'll stop rambling on and I'll show you what I got. And I hope we can see these with the sun. Actually, no, we can't. I'm going to pause here. I'm going to take the charts out of the bag so I can hopefully show you properly. Right, I'm back. I've just taken everything out of the bag, so hopefully you can see it a bit more clearly. So the first one I wanted to share with you is Best Time of the Year by Brenda Gervais. So I picked that one up. This, which lots of people I've seen are stitching, and he's so cute, Mr. Marshmallow. And I love that green linen, so I'll have to see if I can get some green linen to stitch him on when I'm ready. Super cute. I just love all these little bits of pine, sort of fir branches there, and the little buttons. So cute. So that was that one. And because it kind of follows on the theme, I went for, let's put this like this, Merry Old Soul with Santa. Again, super cute, and I intend to do these all as little pillow finishes probably, and try and get enough to put in a bowl for next Christmas. So there's Merry Old Soul, and I think part of the same series is the lovely little Snowman from Peppermint Pals. I just love his little check trousers and the bird with the candy cane and his little bucket of candy canes. I think it's so cute. I was really lucky as well because I've got the linen all ready to go with this one. I got it from Hazel of Foxglove and Lace. Sorry, I was just checking on my notes to make sure I got the name right. Foxglove and Lace, and she has been selling hand-dyed fabric on Instagram, and she had a sale, I think it was last weekend, and I managed to get a piece, which I'm super thrilled about. So I got this, which is 32 count iced blue, and the pattern calls for 32 count. I thought it might be a higher count and that mine would come out bigger, but it is actually the right count, and the colour, I don't know if the camera's picking it up right, and again I do apologise, this sunshine is all over the place today, but I think it's going to work beautifully on that fabric, so I'm really excited. I am tempted to start this one actually, but I don't have the floss, so I will be good and put it away. But how beautiful is that going to look on that fabric? So that's little Peppermint Pals, and Hazel kindly popped in with the fabric, this lovely thread keep with the lady stitching on it, and a little tree and sort of this antique brass finish. And I do love me a thread keep now. I'm a little bit obsessed with them. So yeah, that was lovely to receive that. And the final chart that I bought, and again this is a really popular one, and it's Winter Rose Manor by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I think it is just so pretty, and it appeals to me as well because it's a winter thing, isn't it? It's not just Christmas. So I think it's such a stunning piece. And I believe this one has it has the pincushion pattern as well as part of the chart. And obviously I won't open it and show you, but I'm really amazed at the quality of this booklet because it's all done in colour, and there's all the finishing instructions for the pincushion. It's all in there. It's absolutely amazing. So if you don't have this and you've had your eye on it, I would say definitely get it. It's a beautiful chart. I'm thinking it may even work. I bought this fabric from XU Design that I showed on the last episode. I did intend it to be for anniversaries, but it was a little bit too pinky. It's called Seashell. It's a 32 count Zweigart Belfast in the colourway Seashell. I'm wondering if it will work for Winter Rose Manor. It's not the colour that's been used on here, but I think maybe with a little bit of tweaking, because the house itself is stitched in, I think it's Conch, which I don't know if it's Classic Colourworks. No, it's a Weeks Dye Works Conch, which is like a pinky colour on the main sort of part of the house, and I think that would be too close to that Seashell well, it would be Seashell and Conch, so I might have to do a little bit of tweaking, but I'm wondering if it would work. I need to get the flosses and do a bit of a floss toss and see what will work for that. But yes, so I've got some lovely charts to look forward to stitching in the new year, and some lovely hauls, so I'm really pleased with all that. And I happen to know that there are a couple of stitchy things in my Christmas presents, so I'm going to be really excited to share those with you in the next video. Right, I'm just going to check my notes to make sure I haven't missed out on anything. Oh, one thing I did want to share with you, an early Christmas present, and I need to reach down because it is heavy. This was from my lovely mum, and she bought me, it is huge, she bought me this basket, which you can see is big. So it's a big woven wicker basket. It's lined with fabric, and it's got this lovely strong rope handle, and as you can see, it's perfect for putting all my project bags in. So this sits at the side of me on the couch where I stitch, at the end where I sit and stitch, and I can fit all my project bags in with all my whips in. My project bags don't get crumpled because the basket's big enough. So I thought I would share that with you because I'm so thrilled with it. When I went to visit Mum last at her house, she had one in her lounge with spare throws and blankets for the couches all rolled up in one of these baskets, and I was admiring it. And yeah, she said, I thought it'd be perfect for stitching stuff, and she said, well, if you'd like one, I'll get one ordered and sent to you as a little early Christmas gift. So yes, she did, and I love it. It's perfect. So I thought I would just share that with you. I think she got it from the Cotswold Company, and I'll put a link to their website down in the description box below in case you wanted to check it out for yourselves. Moving on, I wanted to thank a couple of floss tubers that had given my Flosstube a shout out on their channels. The first is Debbie from Creatively Yours. Fantastic Flosstube. If you don't watch Debbie already, then I'll put a link down below. Go and give her some love on her channel. She does some amazing finishes. She's got some amazing whips on the go. She dyes fabric. It's a really fun Flosstube. So do check Debbie out, and thank you for the shout out, Debbie. And the other is Kristie from Crosshatch Quilts. She had some very sweet words to say on her last Flosstube. So thank you, Kristie, for that. It is so much appreciated. So thank you both, ladies. Finally, comments from last episode. I showed you my new start on Glitter Village, and that I was abandoning the previous version that I'd done. Glitter Village Mark 1 was being abandoned, and I'd stitched that on Ada, and I was moving on to the glittery even weave. So there was some good ideas actually in the comments from you all about, you know, don't just waste it. A couple of people said you could use them to make ornaments, and a couple of people mentioned it'd be a really good idea to take the panel from the piece and use it for a project bag. So I'm just rummaging in the bag now. So I think what I'm going to do, oh, and that reminds me about glitter thread, which I shall speak to you about in a second. So I think what I'm going to do, and again, not my idea, this is purely down to you clever people out there. I'm going to take the top row, probably, because that is completely complete, and I'm going to use it as a panel to make a project bag, a Christmas project bag. So it'll be in the same way that I did my I love my stitching one that I shared on my last video. So well done, it's a good idea. I hadn't thought of it, and it is a fantastic idea, so I will be doing that at some point. But that leads me on to stitching with metallic threads, and I'm really struggling with that, I must admit. On this project, again, let me just grab my board so that the sun doesn't show through. On Glitter Village, when I started, I did start popping in, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, I did start popping in the actual metallic threads. There's some gold on here. It's just along here, around the doorways. The tree trunks here are all done in gold thread. And I think the pattern called for, I think it was a Vera Soir metallic thread. I didn't have that. And I bought this, which is a DMC Diamani. The camera will pick that up. Everything's super reflective today. This gold here, and I started stitching with that, and I don't know why I decided I'd use 2 strands of this, and it looks very sort of creased in the actual stitches. I wasn't really happy with the finish, and I think that does contribute to why I wanted to abandon this project. I didn't like the metallic. Yeah, it just wasn't feeling right. So for the new version that I'm doing on the sparkly linen, I picked up these 2 threads while I was out locally, and these are both DMC. I'm just trying to get them straight so I can show you. So I picked up the gold one and the silver, and these are DMC, what does it say? It doesn't actually say what they are other than the fact that they are metallic, but they appear to be 6-stranded still. And I wonder if I was going wrong by attempting to use 2 strands on metallic thread, and maybe I should have used 1 strand. So if, I'm sure lots of you have got experience with using metallic threads, if you can give me any pointers in the comments as to whether with these I should just use 1 strand, or if you have any recommendations for some really good metallic threads that are quite, or are easier to stitch with than some of these, then please do let me know in the comments. I would be really grateful if you could give me a few pointers on that, because I do want to put the metallic elements into the charts, but I'm really not looking forward to those sections. So yeah, if you've got any ideas, please do let me know. I think I'm almost at the end of everything for this episode. I'm sorry if it's been a bit rambly, and I'm sorry if the light has been a bit distracting, but I really wanted to get this final video of 2020 done today to make sure that I sort of close the year off properly. So I will be back in 2 weeks time, so that will be early January. I'm not quite sure of the date, I haven't got it handy, but it will be 2 weeks time to see you all again then. I'll have details of the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, so please do keep subscribing and liking the video. I appreciate you all so much. And that just leaves me to wish you all a very happy Christmas. Whatever your Christmas brings, I hope that you find some joy in your stitching and in any little way that you can, because it's all been such a strange year. I will see you all in 2021.